But the story is that you were reluctant to do it, and you said, okay, if you can get Magic...
It's called negotiating, Dave.
Yeah. Well, you...
What's good, YouTube? It's the kid BaffourHD. Hey, without further ado, bro, we can just get straight into it. Because I already did a part 1 to this. You know what I'm saying? Magic Johnson, Larry Bird on the David Letterman show. So, hey, we about to run it back on a part 2. Y'all told me to go do it. Now we doing it. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. Let me know which one's your favorite. The segment 1, segment 2, or segment 3. If you didn't know this was segment 2, I could put the link in the description below so y'all can go watch it. But, hey, 90+% of y'all not subscribed. So come on, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification button. It'll mean the world to me. And Larry Bird and Magic Johnson, let's go for 1,000 likes for Larry Bird, 1,000 likes for Magic Johnson, making 2,000 likes in 48 hours. That's 2 days. Let's go, get to it.
Yeah. Then you go to Los Angeles, you go to Boston relatively in the same time frame, and your careers in the NBA take off, and the rivalry is cemented or begun anew. And then there's somebody says, we're going to sell shoes. We got a Larry Bird shoe and we got a Magic Johnson shoe. Let's get these guys together and we'll shoot a thing. And you did one.
Oh, that's the commercial we just reacted to. Hey, go check my other video right before this, bro. I reacted to what he's talking about. That's what started their friendship for real. That's crazy. You would never thought.
Want to do it, didn't want to do it.
Well, I wanted to do it because we won the championship that year and we beat Magic, so
yeah.
I was
feeling pretty good. All right, good. Yep. And then Magic, how did you?
I did not want.
Larry Bird's an asshole, bro. Let's get that clear. I feel like everybody knows that. It's why you would love him though, but let's be real. Dude's an asshole, bro.
To go to Indiana, they won the championship. I'm going to his home too, and I protested. I didn't want to go.
Yeah. But the story is that you were reluctant to do it, and you said, okay, if you can get Magic.
It's called negotiating, Dave.
Yeah. Well, you prevailed because you said if you can get him here, we'll do it in my backyard on my. Literally your home court, and that's what happened. Now, and he shows up. What was you when you saw him? Were you leery? Were you worried about he's coming into my house, into my yard?
Well, I had my brothers there, and I was going to fight him.
To fight him?
This dude, like for what?
Well, surely one of them could. Yeah. No, I felt, my mom was pretty good about it. She was all excited. My brothers were excited. They love Magic. The town was excited about having him come in our hometown, and we come from a small town. It's pretty big news.
French Lick,
and they must be from the town over. But he came in and we shot this commercial. Had my mom fix lunch, and it was neat. It was pretty neat.
But that, according to the documentary, that was the beginning of a friendship. Is that accurate?
Yeah, it's accurate. We really didn't say too much once I arrived. We actually had never really interacted with each other. So we got to the basketball court. We shot the first half of the commercial. Then it was lunch break. And so I'm going to my trailer thinking I'm going to eat alone and he's going to go. He said, no, Irvin, come on up. My mom fixed lunch at the house. So I was like, uh-oh. But I said, okay, cool. So we rode up, and Larry has this beautiful, his house is beautiful, great acres and everything. I mean, green grass, it was unbelievable. So we go up to the house, and his mom just greeted me at the door there with a big hug, and that sort of just calmed me down. I said, wow, I'm getting a mom bird hug like my mother would hug me,
Yeah.
And so then she told me
that's
I was
dope.
Like her favorite player, and I said, okay. So now I'm really sitting in the seat now. I'm waiting for lunch now because I feel good. But at the end of the day, what happened was we found out we were much alike. Midwest boys, grew up poor, hard-working families, had the same values, and I got to know Larry, the man, and he got to know Irvin, the man.
Now, did things change for you that day as well?
Yeah, I've always respected my opponents and him greatly because of the fact that he was so good.
That's real.
Everybody always said there's a hate element to it. And there never was a hate. It's just that I had so much respect.
It's competition, at its finest point, isn't it?
Yeah, and you never let your guard down. And you know, he was so good. And I was trying to, you know, I used to have this thing in my head in the summer. I go shoot 700 jump shots that day, and I get ready to leave. I go, God, I know he's shooting 800. And it dropped me back out there. So it was mind games too. But I always respected him and his teammates, and we had great teams. And it's just unfortunate that we got cheated in a lot of them games in the playoffs.
Cheated.
That's crazy.
Cheated.
Dude is so like, bruh.
Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, they were cheated.
The Late Show. Were any of y'all watching this?
Thank you, Felicia. I think we're talking about that episode where you guys did the commercial and you had lunch and so forth. I think I remember from the documentary that said that you really liked Irvin. You were less fond of Magic. Is that a correct? And what does that mean?
Well, Irvin the man's one thing, but Irvin the basketball player, I had a little problem with him. It ended, of course, 20 years ago, but there for, God, what? Well, I can't really say what I think, but...
Now, when you hear that about you, that he liked Irvin, didn't like Magic, how do you interpret that? How do you feel about that? You know what he's talking about.
It made me feel good. David, hey, I was a thorn in his side.
Right.
You know, I'm supposed to be. I'm supposed to be go out there to kick his butt. That's what my job was, and his job was to kick mine. You know, and so I didn't want Larry to like me. He didn't have to like me, but you know, we both respected each other. I knew Larry could beat me if I made mistakes. If we didn't play our best game. Larry made me have sleepless nights, right? No, he did. He did have me because I was scared to death that I knew he could beat me.
Right.
And so that's what a great player does to you, that you have to go up against. And not only was he great,
that's
the
respect.
Celtics were great. So, and I was the same way, hopefully, you know, in his mind, when he went to sleep, thinking about me, because I was thinking about him when I went to sleep, but that was for sure.
It's, let's forget everything else. Forget the statistics, forget the friendship, how it evolved, the teams. Do you now, in your heart, believe you're the better player?
Yeah! David Letterman, hey, that was clutch as fuck. Let's see what he got to say, bro. I know they both like, that's fucked up, but hey, that's entertainment right there, bro.
Actually, I've always said that I go by success, and he's won more championships, so I give him the nod.
Oh. Yeah. Being very gentlemanly.
Okay.
Now, Magic, same question to you. Is Larry the better player?
I've always said that Larry was the better player. You know,
really?
Because he could do more, shoot from the outside, all those type of things. You know, to us, really, at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Because what matters to me is that I played against the best. I got to know the man, Larry Bird. And that we got this friendship right now. That's all that matters, because the fans are going to say, hey, Larry Bird was my man. Just like I run into a lot of Celtic fans.
Yeah.
You know, I used to hate you. I get that all the time. And so, but they say, I hated the Lakers, but why do we love Magic?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And so, but what matters is that we're friends now. We can do so many things together. I still will hate him now. If we play checkers or basketball right now, then both of us are changing to those players that we used to be, because we still want to beat each other.
You think you were the better player, seriously, don't you?
He was the better forward, and I was the better guard.
There you go. That's a perfect way of handling it.
Yeah, that's fact. Michael Johnson did not miss on that. That's what's up.
Tell us, there's this documentary is, I think, the best sports documentary I've ever seen. And it's not because of anything other than you two gentlemen and who you are, the kind of men you guys are. And one of the points that is very well, when you have your press conference and announce that you have HIV, the infection, your reaction and your reaction. Tell us about your feelings.
Shit,
My
sad
brother
as
was
fuck.
the first time, I told Lon, my agent, I said, we got to call Larry. And I said, I want to tell him myself. And so I want to talk to him. Well, actually, we couldn't get a hold of him. Then Lon told him, and then Larry wanted to talk to me. Right. And so we were able to talk. And the best feeling, David, is when a friend supports you. And this young man came and supported me. That's what it's all about. Forget the sports, forget the championships, right. The MVP. He came to my side and supported me, and I'll never forget that. And that's the type of man Larry Bird is.
It's not. No.
He's real as fuck, bro. You can tell.
Gladly, it's not the way it was in those days. In those days, if you heard anything having to do with this, it seemed like an immediate death sentence.
Exactly.
And gladly, like I say, medical treatment has progressed where it's not that at all. But that's must have been what you were thinking.
Yeah, we always heard 9 years.
Right.
But I remember the day we had a game that night. I always took a nap in the afternoon. My wife woke me up and said, "Hey, Lon Rosen called. You need to call Magic." So when I heard that, I couldn't believe it. I mean, I can remember back, my father died, and my heart just sort of, he fluttered a little bit. When I heard about Magic, it's just like I had no energy. I didn't want to, it's the first time I can ever remember not wanting to play basketball. And it had a pit in my stomach for days after.
Damn.
Even after I talked to him, because in my mind, 9 or 10 years, he's going to be gone. And, we had the Olympics, down the road. We had things we wanted to accomplish, but it's, man, here he is.
Yeah, happily things didn't work out the way we feared.
God worked wonders, bro.
I mentioned we talk about it in the introduction. The NBA changed professional basketball. Give us a couple of ideas how the game has changed because of you guys' career.
Well, I think that, the games were tape delayed when Larry and I came into championships. Mm-hmm. And I remember when we beat the 76ers when I was a rookie, the games came on at 11:30 at night. And so to put now the championships in prime time, the salaries that people make, I mean, we affected a lot of the change that is happening. And then Michael Jordan came in right after us and took it to another level as well. And
do you guys see kids playing in the league now? They say, "Oh, geez, this is the way I would have approached it," or is that the game has changed so much that your style of play doesn't exist or it can't exist?
Oh, it can exist. There's not many 6'9" point guards out there.
Yeah.
But I think what I see is there's a lot of kids come in our league and take it for granted, but there's also a lot of kids come in our league that want to get better every day, and they do the work necessary to do better and better, and they care about their communities, they care about their team. I see a lot of that. Mm-hmm. When I first came to the league, I didn't see hardly any of that.
Right.
I think what me and Irvin did when we came in, people started watching basketball again. And our David Stern, which was our commissioner at the time, first year, came in and just took us to another level. Then you got to remember Jordan, Barkley, Patrick Ewing, Karl Malone, John Stockton, all of us sort of came in. They came in a couple years after us. The league got good right away. So we were just happy. We didn't know any of that was going on. We just wanted to play and compete. Right. But in '84, it changed.
Yeah. But also we made passing fashionable again in the NBA.
Well, I think from a fan's standpoint, from a guy from Indiana who grew up loving and watching high school, college basketball and trying to play and so forth, the great legacy that the two of you leave is a demonstration of how to be a guy, just how to be guys, and that's invaluable.
Hey, David Letterman did so good on this interview, bro. David Letterman did amazing on this interview.
I know what you're thinking at home. You're thinking to yourself, geez, just like David Leno.
Hell no. Hell no. Ain't nobody thinking that, bro.
Well, I wish you could come back tomorrow and the next night and the next night, but I know you guys got to get to the theater to rehearse your big number.
Hey, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know who your favorite player out the two is, and let me know your favorite player of all time. And hey, 2,000 likes for Magic Johnson and Larry Bird, 48 hours. Let's go.